I think this is one of the most beautiful and challenging bike rides we have ever made, because it's never been done before on a Lovens Explorer. So it was one big jump into the unknown. Have we prepared ourselves well enough? What can you expect from such a trip? Is it even possible what we are going to do? 5 days, more than 850 kilometers on an electric cargo bike from Amsterdam to Berlin. This is our story. Hi, this is Sehne and I'm Arno and we work for Lovens, a new electric cargo bike brand from the Netherlands. Last year we signed up for an IF Design Award and became a finalist. This allowed us to show the Lovens Explorer to the jury in Berlin. So what a better way than to bring the cargo bike ourselves in Lovens style. And so the plan arose to cycle to Berlin with the Lovens Explorer and deliver it to the international IF jury. Our first day started early. Our plan was to leave 7 o'clock from the factory in Beverwijk and then cycle to our official starting point in Amsterdam. Sehne would cycle the whole trip on the Lovens Explorer and I would ride in Dutch ID e-bike so I could film the whole trip. Colleagues of ours had set up a real starting arch and when everything was in the bike, we left with great sunny weather towards the east. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
On to Berlin. Yeah, the start of our trip, Amsterdam, the first big city. This is the secret sauce.
It is.
Yeah, this is the beautiful city of Amersfoort. Almost 70 kilometers in. And the weather is still beautiful. A special highlight of that day was Radio Kootwijk, an old broadcasting building from the beginning of the last century. It's an amazing place. Fresh batteries. Well, Sehne, on the Explorer scale, 1 to 10, how much do you rate this trip?
Even the weather is okay. So it might be to give me an 8.
Ah, nice. In Deventer we were surprised by Mark Rijssen, a Lovens dealer from the city. He drove a bit with us and we took a look at his bike store. Because of this and because of the stops we made to eat sandwiches and enjoy the surroundings and change batteries, we had to drive the last part in the dark to our first place to sleep. Day 1 was great. Day 2 started early again. It would be one of the longest days and had the most altimeters. This would be also the day we would drive into Germany and get our first real hills. The weather forecast was great. It was going to be another beautiful day. So, ready for new adventures. Good morning, day 2. Enschede Airport we met another Lovens dealer who had heard our story. This time Sebastian and Chris of Landewee from Enschede were waiting for us with coffee.
Happy people drink coffee and ride.
And after a nice conversation, it was time to continue our journey and drive into Germany.
We have not time today for the dinner. We have enough cookies.
Great news! We're in Germany! I think this is gonna be the first climb of the day. There's a beautiful windmill at the top, so I'm really curious if we can see him. And yeah, that's some serious climbing. Do you need help? Yeah, here we go. Let's go.
This was 50%, eh?
15, yeah. This was very serious climbing.
Yes, it was, it was.
How great it is to enter Germany. Look at this. You have a little bit of climbing to do, but wow, what an amazing view, what an amazing place. More and more the landscape began to open up to us, and we began to realize what we had started. The surface also started to become more challenging for the cargo bike. German gravel is a little bit different than the Dutch. Gravel, cobblestones, rough asphalt, you name it. Even te Koek. Vent Rieswijk. Snelle Jelle. And an apple. Also nice. And until then, we were free of any problems. Then we headed to Bad Bentheim and Rijssen to descend further via the Dortmund-Eems Canal. Here was our second real challenge of that day. What do you think? Is this one for the walk assist?
Yes. Okay.
Press and hold, let's see.
Yeah.
Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Well, it's walking really smooth. What do you think of my special Lovens wiggle? Yeah, get it.
Yeah.
Nice!
Good.
It worked. Detour number 97. Yeah, this is the last train to the top. What do you think? What are the odds?
We can do this.
Yeah?
Sure.
So you have 20 to spare? Yes. Yeah, this is the top. We're almost there. Look at this. Whoa. Meine Güte. Yeah! Whoa, Sehne! We ended up in a beautiful hilly landscape. A place where we discovered that in addition to climbing, you can also descend fantastically with the Lovens. And this is what you get in Germany. Perfect views, a crazy descent. What else do you need? We are in the beautiful city of Osnabrück.
I love the sound.
And there is no better place to watch the sunset.
You feel it, huh? Temperature.
Yeah, when the sun is going down,
Yeah.
or behind the hills,
Yeah.
it's immediately getting colder. The last 20 kilometers we had to drive in the dark to our hotel in Bad Holzhausen. Morgen. Sehne was very happy with the hotel, so I'm happy too. Today we are traveling to Hanover, or a hotel nearby Hanover. It's 120 k's, 1000 meters of elevation, so it will be a nice ride. Gradually we knew what to expect from the Lovens, and you got used to the slowly changing landscape. Press and hold. See how great it works. Sehne, how many brake pads did you order for this trip?
Not so many.
We are riding halfway on the hill through some beautiful villages, small houses, and it says, well, wrong turn, a cookie, which brings you to Berlin. Serious good cookies. Today our pacing is a little bit slower. But that's okay because it's only 120k. But yeah, we have to be careful not to come again at 9 o'clock at the hotel. But I think we're going well. The beauty of such a multi-day trip is that you slowly get into a flow. And after 2 days in which we almost only eaten biscuits, bars, sweets and Snickers, we craved a good lunch. Fiona, our first decent meal in 3 days.
Lovely.
You like it? Ooh, yeah, looking good. Feel ready for the next 60 k's of today?
60, yeah, 60. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Let's meet new friends in Hanover.
Yeah, unsere neue Kunde.
Come on, Fiona. German flies. I think they taste as good as the Dutch ones. And wow, how we were surprised by, I think, one of the best climbs and descents of this trip. Whoops. Oh man, I think this was the coolest climb and also the coolest descent of our whole trip so far. But the GoPro went in time warp mode. Okay, I picked up some stuff we lost, so repacking and then head over to Hanover. Right now we are searching for Velo Gold. It should be on the right side. Yeah, this is great, because now we're in Hanover and we are at Velo Gold, a new dealer of us, and it's nice to meet him. And thanks to our slower pace and the great conversations we had with Lars, our adventure ended again in the dark. It slowly started to get used to. Eat quickly and get ready for the longest day of our trip to Berlin. Day 4. My lips are dry, but the spirits are high. It's almost 8 o'clock and we are already on the bike. That's also for our longest day. So the sun is up. We are traveling. What else do you need? First gravel of the day. That's a nice way to start your morning trip. Yeah, this is awesome. The path keeps on going through an empty forest. This is a very serious traffic jam of cars. We have a situation. There was a branch sticking in my tire and it was real thorny. I don't see it anymore. But yeah, let's fix the tire. Yeah, this is the situation. We found the leak. This is the sticker. And now we have to get the thorn out. So this is
here you see.
Oh yeah, there it is. On the other side.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, we got our bike situation solved, so let's move on. is what you get if you travel through Germany. Beautiful path besides some water and good weather. What else do you need? What a different feeling. Today is so much different than the day before, and it's way more gravel, way more open surroundings and less cars. That makes it feel so relaxing. Yeah, we're in a good spot. Snack time, 12:30, and it's time for the most healthiest lunch you can ever imagine. What's your favorite of today?
This one.
Yeah.
Snicker.
Snack time is over. The fun part starts. Welcome on the farmland experience. Sehne will tell you everything about this beautiful country. As you...
Everybody, where?
Where? I don't hope I bore you with lots and lots of buildings, but there is so much variation in the style of building, and all the cities and all the towns. They all look completely different, but it's amazing how many different styles of houses you have in Germany. Crazy. Whoa, that's seriously kaput. What is this for a kind of a place? Whoa! Yeah, it's a proper ghost town. Wow! Look at this! Whoa! Here, it's for sale. You can live here. Wow! That's a nice place. Big shout out to Lachgummi mit Fruchtsap und Vitamin. And that's all we need.
Vitamin.
At the end of the day, we arrived at the wonderful city of Magdeburg. Again, we were treated to a special sunset, this time along the Elbe. Part to Burg, we drove again in the dark. It was already starting to become a good habit.
Bye bye, Villa Wittstock. Thank you for a wonderful night of sleeping. Day 5 of our trip to Berlin. Bye bye, Burg. Yeah, new goal of today. We're gonna stop for a coffee and a croissant. Because Sehne is sick and tired of all the sweet things we eat.
And I need a good coffee.
Wow, that was such an amazing blossom tree. We decided to stop and take some pictures because, yeah, that was awesome. Now we ticked all the boxes.
Yeah, we did.
Did we mention about the tailwind? 4 days we had eastern wind in our faces, and it was also not a problem because of our bikes. But today we are presented by a nice tailwind.
The Lovens began to feel like a good friend who had not let us down for a moment.
This is what tailwinds looks like.
Again, we were treated to wonderful views. The Elbe will take us to Berlin today.
Special announcement for a special rating. Sehne, how do you rate this morning?
A 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
It couldn't be more perfect than this.
No, the sun is shining. Oh, clouds are coming. But...
Also today, the route turned out to have a few challenges for us.
We are in an interesting situation.
The first one was a ferry.
That's the boat we need to have to cross the water. And it looks completely empty.
Right, that ferry doesn't run.
Unfortunately, the boat won't bring us to the other side of the water. So we have to take a detour. It's not a big one, I think 5 kilometers or so. Yeah, that's also things which can happen when you're traveling. I think we need to go up. This one. and then up. What do you think, Sehne? Let's give it a try.
The railway bridge at Waalpark Postdam proved to be quite a challenge. Fortunately, on the other side, we received a helping hand from a friendly passerby.
It was the best climb so far, I think.
Yeah.
The most challenging, at least.
And just when we thought we had seen everything, we drove into Potsdam. What a special place. Then the last kilometers through the Grunewald started. Almost there. And at dusk, we finally drove into Berlin. Yeah, Berlin, we made it! Berlin! This is so great! What an adventure! What an experience! 5 fantastic days with the Lovens Explorer and each other on the road. We made it! From now on we can say sincerely, Lovens love to go beyond.
Yeah, I think that's for a good reason. It needs some first service. We use it pretty hard, so the true test is over, and now it's only to the jury to see what they think of it. Wow, 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 wow. That was quite an experience. Just 45 minutes before the deadline, I entered the Wilhelmhalle to hand over the Lovens to the jury.
So, and what do you think?